press conference what he was like as a teen, Hart replied, "My high school years were great years. I was a popular kid. You guys can tell I was a really cool guy." The 36-year-old Philadelphia native explained, "Not the best student, but I was a people's person. I was the person that got along with any and everybody. And I think that's what made high school special for me. There was no segregation from the athletes to the non-athletes to the people who were all about education. I was around them all, so to get embraced by everybody was just a good feeling. It kept me out of trouble. I didn't get in fights. The funny guy doesn't fight. The funny guy stops the fights and makes people laugh about wanting to fight and be stupid about wanting to fight, and then everybody walks away saying Kevin's right." Pressed to reveal if he has ever attended a high school reunion, Hart joked, "Dwayne probably hasn't because he is what you call a what is it called? An asshole." Johnson teased back, "Kevin hasn't been because he's what you call dropped out of high school." Hart continued, "I've never been to a reunion. I know they have some at my school. I've kept in contact with some people from my high school." Central Intelligence opens Friday. Matt Lucas is returning to BBC series Doctor Who. The 42-year-old English actor who played Nardole in the Season 9 Christmas special will appear in Season 10 with Peter Capaldi and Pearl Mackie, the network announced Tuesday. Executive producer Stephen Moffat says, "Delighted and slightly amazed to be welcoming Matt Lucas back onto the TARDIS. And this time it's not just for Christmas. One of the greatest comedy talents on the planet Earth is being unleashed on all of time and space." Lucas and his co-stars will appear on the Season 10 Christmas special in December before Season 10 premieres in 2017. The opening episode will begin filming June 20th in Cardiff, Wales. The actor said, "I'm chuffed to bits that Nardole is returning to the TARDIS for some more adventures. I love acting with Peter, and I'm excited to work with Pearl. I hope my doggies like Cardiff," with a smiley face emoji on Twitter. Season 10 will mark Capaldi's third starring season as the 12th Doctor, Mackie's first as the Doctor's companion Bill. Capaldi hinted Jenna Coleman may reprise the Doctor's previous companion, Claire Oswald, at a fan convention this month. The 58-year-old actor revealed, "I just shot something that Clara was still in. You will have to wait and see." Lucas is best known for creating the sketch comedy series Little Britain with David Wallace. He also played Tweedledee and Tweedledum in Alice in Wonderland and its sequel, Alice Through the Looking Glass. Netflix has acquired the global rights to Charlie McDowell's sci-fi love story The Discovery, starring Rooney Mara, Robert Redford, and Jason Segel. The movie is to premiere on Netflix and in selected U.S. theaters in 2017. Directed by McDowell and written by McDowell and Justin Latter, The Discovery is set 1 year after the existence of the afterlife is scientifically verified. Redford plays a scientist who makes the discovery, with Segel portraying his son Will, and Mara playing Isla, Will's love interest and a woman haunted by a tragic past, the streaming service said in a press release. Shot on location in Rhode Island, the film also features Jesse Plemons, Riley Keough, and Ron Canada. Netflix chief content officer Ted Sarandos said in a statement Monday, "To describe the story as original doesn't begin to capture the world that Charlie has created that will envelope you. Our global viewers are going to love this film." James Corden, in his latest edition of Carpool Karaoke, loaded up the Red Hot Chili Peppers for a sing-along and a bit of man wrestling. It didn't take long for the band to join the Late Late Show host Monday night in singing Can't Stop in true karaoke fashion, with frontman Anthony Kiedis, bassist Flea, drummer Chad Smith, and guitarist Josh Klinghoffer rocking out to their hits like Give It Away and By the Way, along with the less predictable Food Glorious Food from the musical Oliver. During the ride, Kiedis mentioned he used to wrestle before his rocker days, and that the band used to wrestle while on tour. Corden couldn't resist challenging him to a match, which took place on a stranger's lawn. After Corden broke down in a fit of laughter, Kiedis easily won the impromptu match. Rap superstar Lil Wayne has been hospitalized Monday after suffering 2 epileptic seizures on his private jet. Dwayne Michael Carter, his real name, spent the night in Omaha, KETV News Watch 7 reported. Wayne's private plane was diverted to Omaha Monday afternoon sometime before 3 p.m. as the multi-platinum rapper was traveling cross-country from Milwaukee to California. A crew from the Omaha Fire Department boarded the plane, but Wayne refused treatment. The The plane was refueled and took off again, but a short while later, the plane's crew recontacted officials at Epley Communications, saying the same person was having another medical problem, according to Epley Police Chief Tom Conahan. The plane then circled back and returned to the airport. Wayne was taken by ambulance to the CHI Health Creganton University Medical Center, where he was treated in the emergency room, then admitted. TMZ reported that Wayne lost consciousness twice, and paramedics treated him on the aircraft. The musical mogul has said previously that he's epileptic and has suffered seizures since childhood. He says he quit drinking lean, a drink containing promazazide, codeine syrup mixed with Sprite, because of the seizures, but was seen Sunday night openly drinking it in Milwaukee. A seizure caused a private flight that Wayne was on in 2012 to make an emergency landing, and he reportedly had a separate string of seizures in 2013 that nearly proved fatal. Kanye West is gearing up for a new North American tour. The 39-year-old rapper will promote his album The Life of Pablo on the Saint Pablo tour in late summer-fall. West announced the news and 32 tour dates on his website Tuesday. The famous rapper will kick off the venture August 25th in Indianapolis, Indiana, and bring the tour to a close October 29th in Las Vegas, Nevada. General pre-sale begins Saturday, June 18th on the Live Nation website. He said of the tour on the Steve Harvey Morning Show last month, "We're just working on some ideas right now. My tour game is strong. I'm literally trying to inspire these kids the way Lucasfilm inspired me when I first saw the original Star Wars." West released The Life of Pablo in February and followed up with an updated version in April. The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 albums charts and includes the singles Father Stretch My Hands Part 1 and Part 2. Now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1945, 23-year-old actress and singer Judy Garland marries the director Vincent Minnelli, her second husband. The couple have one daughter, the actress and singer Liza Minnelli. Garland was born Frances Gumm in 1922 in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Her parents ran a movie theater, and at age 3, Frances joined her 2 older sisters in a vaudeville act called the Gumm Sisters that performed before the movie's presentation. Her mother later took them on the vaudeville circuit, where they were eventually renamed the Garland Sisters. Although the girls weren't especially well received as a vaudeville act, Frances, now known as Judy Garland, drew the attention of MGM's production head, Louis B. Mayer. He signed her to a contract when she was 13 years old. 2 years later, she made the first of her 9 films with Mickey Rooney. Garland became a star in 1939 with The Wizard of Oz, in which she portrayed Dorothy, a role originally intended for Shirley Temple. In the film, she performed the plaintive ballad Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which would become one of her signature songs. Garland also delighted fans in other movie musicals, including Strike Up the Band in 1941, For Me and My Gal in 1942, and Meet Me in St. Louis in 1944. In 1941, at the age of 19, Garland married the bandleader David Ross, but the marriage broke up in 1945. She met Minnelli, who was also married at the time, when he directed her in Meet Me in St. Louis. Minnelli, who was born in Chicago in 1903, and like Garland, entered show business as a toddler, performing in a family act. He dropped out of school at 16 and became a costume designer and stage manager for the live acts that preceded films shown in Chicago theater chains. He later moved to New York, eventually becoming an art director at Radio City Music Hall. He began directing Broadway musicals in 1935 and moved to Hollywood in 1940 when MGM hired him as a film director. While they were married, Garland and Minnelli worked together on The Clock in 1945 and The Pirate in 1948. Their daughter Liza was born in 1946, and the marriage lasted until 1951. Minnelli went on to direct Oscar-winning films that included An American in Paris in 1951, The Bandwagon in 1953, and Gigi. He also directed Father of the Bride in 1950. Garland had used amphetamines and sleeping pills since adolescence, and her dependence of drugs and alcohol eventually undermined her career and led to several nervous breakdowns and suicide attempts. Her third husband, Sid Luft, managed her to come back in the early 1950s, booking her in triumphant live engagements in London and New York. Garland was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress for A Star Is Born in 1954, but her downward spiral resumed in the 1960s, and she died of an overdose of sleeping pills on June 22, 1969, at the age of 47. And that is your entertainment report for Wednesday, June 15th, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.